Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial on the look that I'm wearing right here, which has been one of my favorite looks to wear recently. It's just really pretty and goes with everything and will look good on so many different people, and it's honestly really easy to achieve. It's not by any means anything too different or unique here for me on my channel, and most of the techniques you've probably seen here before, but I am using a few different products that I haven't used in any previous videos. And I don't know, I just really love this look. So if you guys want to see how to get this gold eye with a wing and a nude lip, then just keep on watching. So I'm going to start off by priming my skin with the Pixi Skintreats Hydrating Milky Serum, which, you know, obviously is a serum. But for some reason, I really like it as a primer, especially under this foundation that I'm going to be using today. It works really well, and I noticed that my makeup looks super good and lasts a super long time when I put this on over my moisturizer and before my foundation. Then I'm going to be going in with my Benefit Porefessional primer, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of this in the T-zone just to smooth over the areas of my face where I have the most visible pores. Then I'm going to be going in with my Smashbox color correcting stick and Look Less Tired Light, and I'm just going to... It fucking broke! Anyways, I'm just applying this under my eyes where I have the most blue toned or purple toned darkness. Then I'm going to take my Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer, which is like the most full coverage concealer ever, and I'm just dipping my beauty blender in it because I forgot to bring a brush down here, and I'm just going to blend that underneath my eyes to help blend out the color correcting stick and add a little bit more coverage and color correcting for my under eye dark circles that, you know, are obviously living as usual. My hands look so dark on camera all the time. They're not that bad in real life. But next I'm going to be taking my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation, and I'm in the shade 205. And I'm just going to start dotting that all over my face and then buffing it out. And by the way, you guys, this foundation is my obsession recently. After the first time I used it, like, there's no turning back. I literally don't even like to use any other foundation anymore because this one is so good. It gives me such a beautiful finish to my skin, and it has really good coverage and lasts all day long. It's honestly everything I could ask for in a foundation. And I usually like to layer my foundation for more coverage, but I find with this one, it looks really good and gives me the perfect amount of coverage just with one layer. It's amazing. Okay, so for concealer today, I'm going to be trying out something brand new that I have not even taken out of the packaging yet. And this is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. So let's go ahead and open that up. Okay, this is huge. This is really big. I heard everybody say that. They were not lying. And the packaging is so cute. This lid is like a really pretty gold and purple. And I heard that the applicator is also really big, which is ginormous. And I got the shade Fair just because I really liked the undertones on it, and I know it's really light, but like I like a light under eye highlight anyways. But I found that it had the best undertones. The light one is usually the one that I would go for, but it was really kind of pinky, salmony undertones, and I prefer more yellow undertone in my concealer. But if this is too light, I might end up getting the medium light one, which has also more yellowy undertones, and just mixing the two because I didn't really like the undertone of the light one. But I like a bright under eye highlight anyways, so if it's really white, I don't really care. And then I'm just buffing this in with my damp beauty blender. Then I just like to blend the excess product onto my nose, chin, and forehead to help balance out that highlight without adding too much product there so it doesn't look cakey. Honestly, this color is like really white, and it's probably gonna look crazy right now, but I feel like once I have everything else on, it'll look fine. But I guess we'll see. So far though, it's really nice and blendable. It's really easy to blend out, and it's got really good coverage. I'm really liking this so far. I think I just need probably to mix it with a little bit of a darker shade, but we'll see. Okay, now I'm just gonna set that with my RCMA No Color Powder, which I tried out yesterday for the first time on camera, and I really liked it. I have to say, I didn't like it for baking at all because it left kind of a white cast, but I really liked it for setting my under eyes and my lids. So I'm noticing also right away that this concealer isn't really creasing a lot, which is great. Usually I have to blend my concealer back out like one more time before I set it with powder just to blend away any creases, but I really haven't had to do that with this concealer. Okay, so far I'm really liking this concealer. I really like the big applicator, and I really like the packaging, and I love the coverage, and the color is actually not that bad. It is very fair, but I am like at my darkest that I get right now, and it doesn't look that, you know, it doesn't look overly bright or intense, and I feel like once I have everything else on my face, it'll look totally normal, so I think this is a winner so far, but I'll have to see how it wears throughout the day. So the next thing I'm going to do is just fill in my brows, and I'm going to skip through this pretty quickly just because it's the same pretty much in every single video. I am using the Anastasia Brow Wiz today, which is just always my go-to brow product. And I'm just going to set my brows today with some clear brow gel just because they're getting a little out of control right now and I don't want them to move. I need to groom them. That's another story. Okay, now I'm just going to add a yellow powder under my eyes, which is something that I always do and I just forgot. And I'm just going to pick up this one here from the Marc Jacobs Contour Duo with the same e.l.f. small tapered brush that I used to set my under eyes with the RCMA No Color Powder. This just helps brighten them up a little bit more and add a little more coverage. And this is something that I always do every single time when I do my makeup. Then I'm taking my NYX Nude Matte Eyeshadow in the shade Kiss the Day. And I'm going to use that to further set my lids. And this is just my base color. This helps all the other eyeshadows blend out better later. And it also just helps everything apply very easily and brightens up a little bit. Okay, so for my first transition shade, I'm going to be using this bronzer actually, which I've talked about already in a few videos. So I'm not going to go too in depth about it, but I actually don't have any eyeshadow that looks like that, and I just really like the undertone of it. It's very golden and yellowish, and I just think it makes a really pretty transition shade. So I'm just taking this on my Zoeva 228 Luxe Crease Brush and just kind of sloppily blending it from outer corner to inner corner. So just focusing it, swirling it around on the outer corner like so, and then blending it across the crease. And with my transition shades, I always build them up slowly, so add a little bit at a time because it's easier to add more than it is to take it away if you've accidentally put on too much. Then I'm just going to be taking this Anastasia eyeshadow in the shade Fawn, and I'm picking that up on the exact same brush and doing the exact same thing with it. So swirling it around in the outer corner and then blending it across the crease. And this is just going to help deepen up that transition a little bit and start to build up the crease color. Keep in mind, guys, that I do a lot more blending than you actually see on camera. So if you feel like your makeup doesn't look quite right or doesn't look the same, or looks patchy or unblended, you're probably not doing enough blending. I literally sit here for like a hella long time and I just keep on blending. Now I'm picking up a little bit more Fawn on an E25 brush by Sigma, and I'm just packing on a little bit more of that, a little lower in the crease, just to deepen up that shade a little bit more with a denser brush. Then I'm just going back in with that Zoeva brush and just blending it out a little bit more so everything is nice and seamless. Okay, so right now I just feel like I need a little bit more warmth to the eyes. It looks a little too neutral for me and I just wanted to warm it up a little bit. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of this Chickadee shade right here on the end, which is just a very pale yellowish orange. And adding a light wash of this color is just going to help add some warmth to the eye look. So don't be afraid of this color. If you use it on a big fluffy brush like I'm doing in a very light hand, it just adds a very light wash of color and it's not going to look like super orange or intense, as you can see right here. Now I'm going to pick up the shade Mocha right here on the end, which is also by MakeupGeek, and I'm going to take that also on my E25 by Sigma just to help deepen up the crease a little bit more. And I'm focusing most of that color in the outer corner, and then once I have less product on my brush, I'm going to blend it across the crease. For my lid color, I'm going to be dipping into my Dose of Colors Hidden Treasure palette, which, hello, obsession right here. This palette is gorgeous. It has some beautiful colors, and the shimmers and the mattes are both super pigmented. This is like a must-have in my opinion. And I'm going to be taking the shade Coin right here, which is a beautiful metallic gold shade, And to intensify it, I'm going to spray my brush with some Fix Plus. So I like to spray it both before and after I dip into the eyeshadow. So just a little bit on the brush. Don't want to get it too wet. And then when you dip into a metallic shade, you want to really swipe. Don't be afraid to pick up lots of it because we want a lot of pigment out of this color. And then after I pick up a product on my brush, I like to spray it again because it helps like set the product onto the brush so it's more like sticky and it goes on a little bit more metallic and not so powdery. And so then I'm just gonna pack this color all over the lid. Ooh, look at that pigment. This shadow is bomb. By the way, guys, if you don't have this palette, it's not a huge deal. Just use any metallic, goldy, coppery eyeshadow. But in my opinion, this is just like the best one that I've ever used. It's so bomb. And you want to make sure that you're really packing this color onto the lid so you're placing the pigment exactly where you want it to be. Oh! So foiled and metallic, it's unreal. Look at that. I hope the camera's picking up how absolutely gorgeous this shadow is. Then I'm just going back in with my E20 vibe and just buffing out that crease a little bit more so there's no harsh line between the lid color and the crease. Okay, now I'm going to draw on a wing using my Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner in Black is Black and my Real Techniques 202 brush. And obviously you don't have to do a wing if you don't want to, but personally I just don't feel like myself without a wing. I just think it completes any look and I basically wear a wing every single day. But do whatever you want to do, just pop on some lashes, just regular liner or no liner if you want to. But I'm going to go draw a wing on off camera real quick because I honestly suck at getting it on in frame. But I do have an in-depth wing liner tutorial. In case you are interested, I will link that below. So yeah, I will be right back with a sharp ass wing. Okay, now that my wings are done, I am going to finish off the eyes by doing the lower lash line. So the first thing that I'm doing for that is I'm taking a mixture of the bronzer in the Fawn shade that I use on this pencil brush by Zoeva, and I'm running that under my lash line. Now to darken that, I'm going to take a mixture of MakeupGeek Mocha and Anastasia Caramel to deepen up that lash line. Okay, so looking at myself now in the mirror, I think I want to deepen up my crease a little bit more, so I'm going to pick up a little bit more Mocha and Caramel on my E25 brush, and I'm just going to run that in the crease just to darken it a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to finish up the face, and I will come back to the eyes and finish up with mascara and lashes later. So for bronzer, I'm going to be using the same one that I used as my first transition shade, and this is actually a face powder. This is the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 240. I already talked about it in quite a few videos, so I'm not going to go too in-depth about it. But I just think it makes such a beautiful bronzer, and it blends out so easily and leaves the perfect warm golden undertone on my skin. I'm obsessed. Then to deepen up that bronze a little bit, I'm going to be taking MAC Give Me Sun bronzer. And by the way, I'm using a Morphe M527 brush, and I'm just darkening up that bronzer a little bit. For blush, I'm going to be taking the Mally Blush and Highlighter Duo, and I have it in the shade Effortless Peach and Pure Light Highlighter, and I'm picking up the highlight shade right here, which is a gorgeous gold on my Real Techniques brush, and I'm going to apply that to my cheekbones. But I'm just highlighting my nose and putting some of that on my Cupid's bow. And I'm also going to take that on a pencil brush and pop that on the inner corner of my eyes as an inner corner highlight. Look at my nose highlight. It looks like Rudolph the highlighted nose reindeer. Do I want to highlight my brow bone? Yeah, I think I'm gonna. So I'm also gonna put a little bit of that on my brow bone to highlight there. This isn't the best brush for it, but I just don't feel like getting a different brush because this is what I've got in my hand, so I'm gonna do that. Good idea. Good choice. Then I'm going in with the second highlighter because let's get real, it wouldn't be me if I only used one highlighter, and I'm taking Jeffree Star's Ice Cold, and I'm taking that on my same Real Techniques brush, and I'm just placing that at the very tops of my cheekbones just to give it a little extra pop. Come through, highlight. And for blush, I'm going to be taking Amaretto here by Becca, and this is from their split pan. This is Prosecco Pop the highlighter, and this is Amaretto the blush. And I'm dusting this over my cheeks with a e.l.f. blush brush. And I like to put on my blush after highlight and contour to kind of help blend the two together. Oh shit, I didn't contour. Thanks for reminding me. Okay, so now I'm going to contour, and I'm going to take my Marc Jacobs contour duo that I used before under my eyes. I'm going to pick up the contour shade, and I'm going to take this on a Zoeva Luxe Sheer Cheek Brush number 127 and start to push that into my hairline to contour the forehead. And then pick up a little bit more, contour my cheeks. And as always, starting the top of my ear, making a prissy face, bringing it down towards my mouth, and then blending it upwards. Then to further sharpen the contour, I'm taking the Zoeva 109 Luxe Face Paint Brush and just defining the cheekbones even further. To clean up that contour, I'm going to be doing a little baking, and I'm going to use the Ben Nye Luxury Banana Powder and my damp beauty blender. And I'm not going to use that same RCMA no color powder that I used under my eyes for this because I actually didn't really like it for baking when I did it on camera when I filmed yesterday. I found that when I dusted it away, it left too much of a white cast on my skin. And that's why I really like this banana powder, because it's not too light and not too dark. And it has a nice yellow undertone, so it's perfect for me for baking underneath my contour. And while that bakes, I'm just going to curl my lashes and put on some mascara. And for my bottom lashes, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Voluminous Butterfly Mascara, which I've spoken about in every single one of my videos, I believe, and it is hands down the best bottom lash mascara I have ever used. Now I'm just going to dust off that bake with a Real Techniques powder brush to reveal a nice, sharp, crisp, clean contour. Okay, so the only thing left is lips and lashes, and for lashes, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty lashes in the style Samantha. And I just have to say that these are one of my favorite pairs of lashes ever. They are a little bit pricey, but I think I've worn these like 7 or 8 times, and they're still in really, really good condition. And they're not too full, they're very natural, but they give you a little pop to your eyes. I'm gonna go put these on off camera real quick. Okay, now that my lashes are on, I'm gonna finish off with the lips, and I'm first going to line them with the MAC Strip Down Lip Pencil. Then I'm just gonna go over top of that with this Maybelline Creamy Matte Lipstick in the shade Nude Embrace. Last but not least, I'm just going to give myself a spritz with some MAC Fix Plus to help all the powders on my skin fuse together with my skin. Okay, and that is it for this look. I'm going to go do something about this hair, and I will be right back. Alright guys, so that is it for this tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up on your way out and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Also, don't forget you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. All of that is Z_Sprucey, which I will link for you guys below as always, as well as information to my Facebook business page and all the products that I used in today's tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!